So Kanye had another listening event.
He did.
It's in Soldier Field in Chicago, his hometown, or basically where he was raised most of his life. And you saw the house that they built to make it look like his old one.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were upset because now he brought out DaBaby and Marilyn Manson, two people who were actually in the headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And so it's really interesting. I was reading something on Twitter that I think it was either a blog site or something like that. They were like, I wouldn't put it past Kanye to have just brought those people out and put them on the album or something like that, so that way it could make headlines. Like he would do it just because they're in in kind of like the deep waters of like where you don't want to be. And because it made headlines. They're like, DaBaby and Marilyn Manson.
Well, I think they did play a DaBaby verse.
Yeah, so he's on the album, supposedly. Supposedly people were upset that I think DaBaby took place of Jay-Z.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a whole lot of info on this. I was just reading, comments and things of that nature. And one person was like, "Oh, he did it because of forgiveness and something to do with the song, and that's the reason he brought out those people." And then they're like, "Oh, Kanye, Christianity, and
he's saying to forgive them and stuff like that."
And then other people are like, "Nah, you know what he's doing? He's
just trying to
stir in the pot and being controversial." And
it works.
I don't know.
I think it for the most part it works just because, well, at least for like blog sites and stuff and clicks and everything like that. They're like, what? Why would he bring out DaBaby after the comments he said? And then Marilyn Manson, who was in trouble for a lot of bad things. I forgot, dealing with like women and stuff like that. So it's very, very, very interesting. And so I heard the show was fire though.
I didn't watch it. I heard the streaming. Something that'll be interesting is, they've been doing this on Apple, and he kind of has this little partnership with Apple right now. And people are wondering if they're going to count this as album sales because it's like streams.
Oh.
And these have been like huge numbers. I mean, like millions of people are tuning in.
And then they'll probably make like a little graph like over 20 million streamed. But really that includes, like you said, live streams and stuff like that.
So
that's really wild that if like they can get away with that. I'd be like, that's not all true.
I don't know, man.
But I guess they could be like, well, he technically played the album. A
lot. Yeah, I don't know. Live stream. It's a new world out here, man. It's 2021.
Do you care that he brought out DaBaby and Marilyn Manson?
Care.
Like, does it even matter?
Does it matter? I mean, I don't know, man. Kanye is so controversial, and he's so I don't know the word I'm looking for. I don't know why flamboyant is popping in my head, but that's not the right word I'm looking for. I don't know, man. I guess I'm just kind of like whatever on it. I mean, of course I respect Kanye. Even through all the, the weird stuff that happens, he's an amazing artist. At the end of the day, you do have to respect him. And, Kanye has a little bit of antics, you know what I mean? There's the stuff that's gonna happen when you're associated with Kanye. I'd love to work with Kanye. That'd be amazing.
I think I'd love to work, but I think I would work with him one time and then after that I'd be done. Just because I think I'd get frustrated working with him. And or I would just get him like, hey, I just need you to add a verse. That's all I need.
Oh, Kanye's adding a verse on your project.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I wouldn't want to work on his project because I think that he's such a perfectionist and like, or if he told me like, I guess maybe on the production side or whatever he's doing, I'd be like, look, I'm just going to add a verse and I'm out. Like you do, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
And so, but it'd be cool to have on a resume to have say I worked with Kanye. And so
I saw this video where they were talking about his process. So Kanye, this was talking about when he was in Hawaii. Basically, he had rented out an entire floor of a hotel.
Damn.
And each hotel room, they were working on something different. But they said Kanye would look to people for only one thing.
Wow.
So he got these guys from Africa that were just dope at like drums, hand drums.
Yeah.
And these guys wanted to work on, different stuff like, oh, can we do this? And can we do this? Kanye was like, no, drums only.
Wow.
I only want you guys to do drums for 8 hours.
Jesus.
And you just do all these different drums, and then you just bring me the most fire drums on earth.
What the hell?
And then they say he does that. He'll come to people for literally one thing, and he'll only want you to do that one thing.
Yeah. That's crazy. But I mean, I guess maybe he kind of sees it like, look, I know what you're dope at, or like what so I need this thing only.
Yeah.
Like I don't want anything else from you. I just need you to do this thing. So
makes sense in a way.
Yeah, in a way it makes sense. But like going from that, so I don't know if you saw SportsCenter supposedly saying that Drake is dropping on the 3rd, and now Donda and Drake are supposed to drop at the same time.
I saw that. What was up with that weird reveal? That was so weird.
Yeah,
it was it's like the Joker took over for like 2 seconds. It's like this secretive message.
Exactly.
On the intro of SportsCenter.
And that's hilarious. So now supposedly Drake is dropping September 3rd, and supposedly Donda's also dropping September 3rd. And you're like, oh, it kind of reminds me now of like Kanye and 50 Cent, with that button. Now, out of these two, I wanted to ask, who wins? Who do you think?
Well,
like as far as like, let's say the weekend, like not the artist, but like this weekend if they do drop at the same time, who's going to get more streams?
That's tough, man, because I feel like normally it would be Drake. Yeah. But the hype surrounding Kanye right now, it's been so much buildup. The news, everything going on. And I think Drake is always hot. I mean, his name is incredible out here, but there's not that building hype.
There hasn't been anything like he kind of, now of course COVID kind of slowed a lot of stuff down, because you remember when the Laugh Now Cry Later, that song came out, and like he had that basically Nike commercial of a music video, and I was like, oh, this is building hype to drop the album, but then a lot of stuff got pushed back, and it kind of like died down, and like we haven't seen anything as far as promo.
So if they were both out right now, which one are you clicking play on first?
Kanye.
Really? Kanye.
Yeah, just because I like it's. I kind of know what to expect when I'm listening to Drake, and I'm gonna go to Kanye more so because I want to see what he's doing this album.
You know something I just learned that was pretty interesting, and I did not know this. So Drake and Kanye, there's kind of this beef and this feud, and nobody really knows what's going on. Yeah. Do you remember? This is random as hell, but I just came across this and I thought it was funny and wild. Do you remember the song Kanye put out where he was like poopity scoop? Yeah. Scoopity poopity poop. Do you know the story behind that? No. So Drake wanted that as a song and a single. And I don't know if Drake recorded to it, but supposedly it was like a fire song. And it was going to be this dope ass song that Drake was going to put out. Kanye then decided, nah, screw that. I'm going to just drop poopity scoop. Wow. Because I think the beat was produced by Kanye and Drake wanted it.
It sounds like a Kanye beat.
But then Kanye literally put this out just to spite him and didn't tell anybody. It's like the whole world wasn't in on this joke except for Drake. Wow. He was the only person that heard that poopity scoop song and was like, this motherfucker.
It dropped the shit I was going to drop.
How crazy is that?
That's wild.
That's like disrespectful.
That is very disrespectful.
Like if you had a fire song to this beat.
And it was already recorded and it's like ready to go. And then he's like, fuck it. Delete the vocals, delete the stem.
Poopity scoop.
When you put it that way, it's almost like he's like, I'm about to spit in your face, and just do this. Like, that's real disrespectful.
And didn't tell the world, didn't tell, Rolling Stone, didn't tell Apple, didn't tell, whoever news outlets.
But only Drake and maybe like a few of his people know. And they're like, this mother.
How crazy is that?
You saw that text message thread?
I don't know what that was. There's probably way more to that than we know.
Probably. I don't know. Some people were saying that it was more so because people are just speculating that, it has like at the top, when you do a group message and an iPhone, it has like the first letter of the person's name, and they were like, that has to be Drake, the letter D. Right. But people were saying that what if that was just like a little stunt, and that's actually not Drake, then that's just somebody else with the first letter in the name, Dame Dash. I don't know. And so, but the text just was so funny to me. Like Kanye, what did he say? It had something to say like
nerd ass jock.
Yeah, I've had nerd ass jocks mess with me my whole life. I saw you never coming back.
Someone said, yo, what's a nerd ass jock?
I know.
Are those two different kind of things?
Yeah, no, that's hilarious. But then people are like, oh, he added Pusha T to the chat. Like,
oh, shit.
It's interesting. But I would say, though, for me, Yeah, if like they were both out at the same time, I'm gonna listen to Kanye first because I think I'm expecting something innovating from Kanye.
Right.
Drake, I kind of know what my expectations are like set a certain way, but Kanye, I kind of feel like I would say almost with every album, he's always trying to like level it up again, you know. And Drake, he has his lane and he's good at what he does, but like, you know, I don't expect like crazy shit from it, you know. And yeah, I mean, what about you? Who would you listen to first?
I guess Kanye. I wanted to be different and say Drake, but I'm gonna probably click on that Kanye just to hear it.
I'll still listen to Drake, but he gonna be second, you know. But that's just me.
So who you think's gonna win the numbers war?
Man, I think now, of course, we're recording this on Saturday, which is what the 28th, supposedly next Friday. Now, if there has to if everybody, let's just say in a perfect world, both Kanye and Drake are dropping this coming Friday, right? Now, Kanye's had a lot of help, whether he knows it or not, with all the show that he's done and how he's been, you know, people can check out the music and stuff. TikTok has pushed a lot of Kanye stuff. I'm seeing a lot of...
Really?
Yeah. Like people be like, Donda, and like they'll play songs or whatever and stuff that's supposedly leaked or whatever. I haven't seen that for Drake at all. Now, what's going to depend on whether or not... Right now, I would say Kanye would win. But... like I'm waiting to see what Drake does. Like as far as promo, you know, he gets Barack Obama to promote the album. I don't, you know, he does something, or he drops a video, he drops another song. But like if he just drops it randomly, I kind of feel like right now, like Kanye would just win, just because, man, so many kids are like obsessed with Donda right now, like the album. It's crazy how much influence Kanye still has. You know,
is there gonna be a Kanye diss song?
Didn't Drake already diss Kanye just recently?
Just a couple lines. Trippie Redd song.
Yeah, exactly. I think. So would Drake diss him again
on his album?
Of course, I think he would do it.
Just a couple lines.
Yeah, just a couple lines.
Song.
I think Kanye. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye dropped like something where he does the same thing on his album. You know, because I think there was like a song or something like that. I think somebody said that it could possibly be about Drake or something. And of course, I think what happened is Pusha T would be on the song, and Pusha would diss him or something.